Hi Libra, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So we're going to do your week ahead check-in reading. Decks used today, current south, theme of the week, guys. This is the 29th of July through to the 5th of August. Remember, we are using the Witch's Tarot, Ellen Dugan, for your key goal, obstacle to overcome for the week, and anything that you're accomplishing this week. We are using the Anna K Tarot. For what you need to avoid for the week, what to embrace and where you can find support, we are using the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zalna. Zalna, really good deck. And your advice for the week comes from the Answer is Simple Oracle deck by Sonia Choquette. For your 15 card reading at the end, looking at other general energies, love, work and finance, we use the Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. And for your advice card on those, that reading, we use the Angel Answers by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And anybody that knows me and knows my readings knows that I like to use lots of different decks because I like to see what repeats itself in readings, and also I just like the colour. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Alright, we're going to shuffle the cards now and speed up the reading. Okay guys, so we've got our cards. Let me just draw these up a little bit because we've got the space to do that, haven't we? Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at who you are, Libra, in the week. You are the Knight of Coins. Hard-working, dedicated, committed, loyal. I think that you guys are working steadily, and I think that you are working progressively towards a goal, Libra, with that Knight of Coins, because the Knight of Coins, you know, this is an interesting one, but coins, the pentacles are called coins, they're called discs, and they're also called shields. For me, this guy looks slightly like he's shielding himself, but he doesn't look like he's shielding himself. I've seen some versions of the Knight of Coins that he literally looks like he's shielding himself. He's got a coin here though, and holding his hand. He's not holding it out like sometimes the Knight of Coins would do that, but I definitely feel that you guys have it feels like you're holding an object of desire in your hands, because the Knight of Coins isn't just about work and goal setting and achievement and being an apprentice or student or working your way up the career ladder, those types of things, plan of action being put into place, progressive working, studiousness, focus, all of those things that come along with the Knight of Coins. He also desires, you know, the finer things in life. So when he holds his pentacle, the pentacle is the object of his desires. And some of you guys might be holding the object of your desire in your hands, because that's what the pentacle can often indicate as well, showing there. But I just feel that as a, you know, as a general kind of look at that Knight of Coins, I'm seeing you guys working hard and being very focused and being very committed towards your long-term goals this week with the Knight of Coins energy, because the Knight of Coins is the card of the hard worker in the tarot. He's the knight who takes things slowly and surely, and he never rushes, and he crosses the T's and dots the I's. So I see you guys, and some of you guys might be very cautious and careful as well with the Knight of Coins energy this week, because that's why you're moving so slowly. What's the next card? What's the theme for the week? Knight of Wands. The theme for the week could be travel. But this is also about moving forward with your passions as well. Because the Knight of Wands, we've got 2 knights here, which is really interesting. Sometimes you get a couple of knights and it means conflicting energies. And these are definitely conflicting energies on these cards, because one moves very slowly and one is very fast. So some of you guys, it could be that you are being very cautious this week, Libra. It might be to do with a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries individual, or somebody who's very blatant. This person, if it's love, then this person wants it all and they want it now. And it would make sense with the Knight of Coins, like you're defending yourself, because this guy, if you look at this knight here, he looks like he's about to go in on this knight here. And if you look at the pentacle here, he definitely looks like he's protecting himself from this particular knight, because this knight, you can see, is galloping forward, but this knight isn't. So you guys are actually showing us that Knight of Coins. Some of you guys might be a little bit cautious and wary because of an individual, but the individuals have to be very forceful, because that's the Knight of Wands energy. The Knight of Wands energy is very, very, very forceful, passionate, driven, fiery energy. He's actually fire of fire. So there's nothing stopping this Knight. And if it's dealing with a person, it might be that you guys are a little bit wary, you're a little bit cautious concerning this dude, whether it's a fire sign or not. Some of you guys, Knight of Coins can also be making a down payment. So some of you guys might be taking your little coin and making a down payment on a property. So a home move is the Knight of Wands energy. And then some of you guys might be very cautious. You might have the money to move, or you might have the resources, because this is a card of being in service as well. So you're in service to something with the Knight of Wands. And it might be the Knight of Coins, sorry. It might be Libra. Some of you guys are in service. Some of you guys are in service, or you have the responsibility of the Knight of Coins energy. It might be something to do with learning, travel, movement, that type of thing with the Knight of Wands. You might have a responsibility to another individual. This particular Knight of Wands, it might be a brother or a sister or something like that. You might be in service to this individual here, for example, maybe to help guide this individual, because the Knight of Coins always came across to me as the older brother of the Knight of Wands in a way. But more than anything, some of you guys might be making a down payment on a move, on a property. Some of you guys might be making a down payment on a holiday. Some of you guys might be being very wary of a Knight of Wands. Maybe there's somebody who's moving too fast and you want to make, keep things slow, that type of thing with the Knight of Coins energy showing here. Some of you guys might have an aspiration for business this week. So some of you guys might be involved in a business deal. The business deal could be involving something to do with holiday, or something to do with something abroad, for example, like timeshares or something like that. Let's have a look at what the key goal is for the week for you guys. Your key goal is the Nine of Cups. It's to have a wish come true, because that's the Nine of Cups. One of the meanings of the Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment. So the key goal for the week for some of you Librans is to have a wish come true. It's to have something that makes you feel contented and happy and relaxed. And the Nine of Cups is all about having it all, finally achieving something whereby you can just sit back and relax and say, oh, finally I got what I wanted. So it's to have a wish come true this week. What is the obstacle you need to overcome? Okay, Five of Swords. I think that you are facing some conflict though with that Five of Swords energy, and I feel that the obstacle that you need to overcome as well with that Five of Swords energy is that whatever this wish is, it might just be a little bit in doubt here with the Five of Swords energy. Because the Five of Swords energy can show jealousy. The Five of Swords energy can show doubt, that something is in doubt, because there is doubt on the card. If the Five of Swords can show that somebody has more power than you do. Five of Swords can show when you're being cut out or cut off. I get the impression with this Five of Coins, because I think that your goal for the week is to have a wish fulfilled and to come true. But I do feel that there are, with this Five of Swords energy showing up here, is that unfortunately, which can be deemed a negative card, what you need to overcome is that there might be an obstruction. There might be somebody who stands in the way as well with that Five of Swords energy of you actually gaining your wish with the Nine of Cups energy showing here. What are you accomplishing this week though? The Eight of Rods reversed. Slowing down is your accomplishment. So I feel that what you're accomplishing, some of you guys might be slowing down on work. Some of you guys might be accomplishing finally this week, finishing off some work with that Eight of Wands in the reverse showing up here. Because the Eight of Wands reverse means no messaging. It means no proactivity. It means just to sit back and take things easy. Sometimes it can be a negative card, especially if you want some news and it's not arriving, or you want something to happen or something to pick up the pace and it's not happening. But in the reverse, but if it's an accomplishment, then it can only be a good thing. So what you're accomplishing this week with that Eight, and this is the card, if you look at it in the upright, it looks like she's taking a message. There's a message being delivered. But in the reverse, it's saying no messages are coming, but you're accomplishing, and I'm going to read this in terms of movement, change, swiftness, but it's your accomplishment. So I would say that you're accomplishing actually clearing up some messages here. I think you're clearing up some work. I think what you're accomplishing finally is getting all those messages sent out. So maybe you guys had to kind of send a lot of information out. Maybe you had to get a lot of forms signed, for example, especially as you've got a wish here. Maybe this is something to do with putting a down payment on a property, or this is a move showing up here. It might be that your wish for the week is, I hope that I can get all of this wrapped up, that my dream come true with the Nine of Cups, that maybe finally I get the keys in my hand to a property. I'm not saying it's a property reading, but it could be something like that. I don't think this is a love reading. It doesn't feel like it. I do feel that you've got some obstacles in your way with that to overcome the Five of Swords energy showing here. So this could be some form of an obstruction here. It could be something to do with illegality, being at a sword card. I do feel the accomplishment for the week, though, Libra, is that you are finally finishing off sending some messages. You're getting forms sent out. Finally, you've got all the, all the paperwork done. So I get the impression that paperwork is being done this week, and you get that all kind of finished and finalised and that type of thing with the Eight of Wands in the reverse. What do you need to avoid this week? 7, is this meant to be reversed? No, yes it is. The 7 of Swords, is it the 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need to avoid the 7 of Swords in the reverse. I feel it's interesting because 7 of Swords in the reverse can mean that you're going over a mistake. So you're going back to clean up a mistake. You're trying to clear something up. I feel that you need to, if you've made a mistake, especially if you've had to send paperwork out and you've finally accomplished getting all the paperwork sent out, you might want to avoid kind of trying to get back some paperwork or go over some form of a mistake that you've made, because the mistake that's been made has been made. You might want to avoid kind of, because the Seven of Swords is also about coming clean. So if you've told any lies, for example, I'm not saying that you have, Libra, but if you've not been completely honest when you've been putting down information on a particular paperwork, that type of thing this week, you want to avoid kind of fessing up to that, because that might put you in a bit of a bad light with that Seven of Swords reversed. Because Seven of Swords is confession, and Seven of Swords is clearing up a mess. So you've cleared up a mess, clearing up lies or clearing up any discrepancies. You want to avoid doing that. It might put you in a bad light. So if you've sent all your paperwork off and you're accomplishing, finally you've got all those forms sent off, maybe this is something to do with property for some of you guys. You really want to avoid, if you've made mistakes, going back in to try and clear those mistakes up with the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Okay, because people will probably think, well, why did you make the mistake in the first place? It's different if it's it's a spelling mistake, but if it's something that was put down on a piece of paper that you shouldn't have put down, maybe you want to avoid trying to kind of clear that up now. What is it that you need to embrace for the week? Judgment. Okay, I feel that if you need to avoid the Seven of Swords in the reverse, which is clearing up a mistake, and I think it's a mistake that you've made, I think that you need to embrace that you're going to have to deal with the consequences of that with the Judgment energy, because Judgment is all about a judgment being levied against us and having to deal with the consequences of our actions. So if you're going to have to avoid, if you sent, for example, if this is paperwork, Libra, and you've sent loads of paperwork off and you've finally got that all out of the way, but you weren't 100% honest on that paperwork, for example, whether it's a job or whatever the situation might be, because it might be this week you guys are showing us the Knight of Coins energy because you are progressing towards a goal, for example, here with this Knight of Coins energy showing here. You might be looking at studying, or you might be looking at a new job or that type of thing, and the theme for the week is all about travel and movement forward and changes and that type of thing with the Knight of Wands energy. And your wish for the week, your goal for the week is to have a wish come true, but there might be an obstacle that stands in the way with the Five of Swords energy showing here that you're going to need to overcome. Somebody getting in your way. Five of Swords energy, this is you, and Five of Swords is somebody who's got power over you and they're getting in your way. But are they holding the Ace of Swords? Are they holding the truth over you? Because even though you've got, for some of you guys, a load of paperwork sent off and you've accomplished getting those forms signed and sent in, you need to avoid kind of like fessing up to something that you told a lie on. Because some of you guys might not have been completely honest. I'm not saying that that's per se, but the way that I'm looking at this reading is it's almost like you got paperwork sent off, but you weren't completely honest on that paperwork, Seven of Swords in the reverse. And you're going to need to embrace it. You're going to have to deal with the consequences of your actions, okay? Because you're going to need to avoid doing that and just deal with the consequences of your action. Maybe it's a learning curve or something like that. Where can you go if you need support for the week? Page of Cups reversed. That's interesting. This might be somebody who you haven't seen in a while. Because Page of Cups in the reverse is not... Page of Cups in the reverse can be somebody who's not spoken to you in a while, or somebody who's probably a little bit distant with the Page of Cups in the reverse. This isn't somebody who's particularly open or even helpful, or, somebody who advocates you or looks out for you or supports you with that Page of Cups energy being in the reverse. Yeah, this might be somebody who hasn't supported you. Any other ideas you got on that? I don't mind people coming and putting their you know, their tuppence pence worth in with the readings and suggesting other things as well with these cards. Page of Cups reverse is somebody who can be an emotionally detached individual. Maybe you need to get advice from somebody who's not so close to the situation with that Page of Cups in the reverse, showing somebody who's not going to tell you that they're there, everything's going to be all right. Because the Page of Cups in the upright is a flatterer. But in the reverse, this person doesn't flatter. So maybe you need to go to somebody who's not going to flatter you and say everything's going to be all right, but somebody who's probably going to tell you like it is. What is the spiritual advice for the week? It's telling you to rebel. I think it's just saying just do things your own way. Okay, just do things your own way. I mean, I think that if you've got paperwork filled in for something here, but you've not been completely honest with it, I think that you need to embrace, because you need to avoid fessing up to something here, and it's something to do with some form of paperwork or forms that you filled in. But I feel that with the Judgment energy, you need to just deal with the consequences, because that's in your embrace section. You need to embrace the consequences, probably of whatever these actions were with the Seven of Swords reverse, Libra. Okay, and you need to go to someone who's detached about the situation, who's not going to flatter you or feed your ego about stuff, you know, who's not going to say they're there. They're going to say, well, you know, you made the mistakes, to deal with the consequences. But I feel that you need to, the spiritual advice is that if you have to face a judgment on this, then you need to really, I think with the Rebel card, it's saying, look, you're just going to have to stand up for what you believe in and tell whoever it is, if it comes back on you with the Judgment energy, you need to embrace the fact that you're going to have to kind of, you know, stand in judgment, stand accused for your actions. You're going to have to kind of put your hands up to it with the Judgment energy. I actually feel that the spiritual advice with the Rebel is, you know, can you see how this person's saying stop? This is the person that's probably going to be judging you. Whatever it is you said here, some of you guys didn't tell the truth on something. And you're going to have to kind of just accept that you're going to stand in judgment over that, or over these actions. But the universe is saying, well, whatever comes of it, just stand up, just stand in your power and say, well, this is why I did it. You know, it's not like, oh, please, Governor, don't, you know, you just got to just like be, well, this is why I did it, and that's that, the Rebel card. Okay, we're going to come back quickly with your 15 card reading. Bear with me. Okay, Libra, cards are down. Let's have a quick look at any other general energies coming in. So something to do with the home, Four of Wands, relationship, Four of Wands, surprises, Four of Wands, good news, Four of Wands, marriage, engagement, Four of Wands, energy showing up here. Eight of Coins. Some of you guys working from home, because the Eight of Coins is work, and this can be from home. So some of you guys probably working from home, or you're working on your home. So possibly this could be a week for doing DIY, that type of thing within the home with the Eight of Coins and that Four of Wands. Or possibly this is something to do with working from home project showing up here. Knight of Wands. I'm seeing a move happening here though with the Knight of Wands. You do have that Four of Wands energy. So some of you guys, you might be involved in something like a home move this week. And there's something like you guys preparing as well. The Eight of Coins means to prepare. So I'm seeing some of you guys, even though some of you guys, it might be you're working from home, or you are working on a home project, or you are doing some home repairs or something like that. Eight of Coins can be repairs. This is the home. I'm also seeing a home move, and some of you guys preparing for that home move as well this week. Some of you guys also preparing to go on holiday, because you've got Four of Wands, which is a holiday destination, and Knight of Wands, which is going on holiday. Eight of Swords, though, I'm seeing some restrictions. This is usually like mental restrictions, though, or there's some fears or there's some worries going on here with the Eight of Swords energy about moving. You've definitely got moving showing up here for sure. I don't think this is, some of you guys, it's holiday. Four of Wands and the Knight of Wands, there's some holiday and you're preparing to do that. Some of you guys, it's the home and you're doing some home renovations with this Four of Wands and the Eight of Coins. Some of you guys are doing some work from home, but I'm seeing some of you guys who are moving home. Four of Wands and that Knight of Wands, you're preparing to move home. Knight of Wands, Four of Wands. But some of you guys have got a lot of fears about moving as well with the Six of Swords, especially if you're moving abroad or something like that, or emigration, for example. What's going on in love for Libra? Six of Wands, so victory, success, happiness. Usually if you get a Six of Wands in a love reading, you've met someone and you feel that they're the one with the Six of Wands energy. However, the Eight of Cups energy, I'm seeing some of you guys possibly could be walking away, could be from a narcissist, the Six of Wands. I'm seeing this as a person now, because I'm seeing you, Libra, as walking away. I'm seeing you walking away. It could be from a narcissist. This could be somebody who... Six of Wands also shows a person who likes lots of attention. So this could be like an attention whore as well. So I'm seeing some of you guys walking away from a narcissist, attention whore with that Six of Wands energy showing up here as well. Okay, this person, you can't have a committed sometimes that Six of Wands will show up as somebody you just cannot have a commitment with. There's no chance, because they like attention too much. This is the type of person that's always on online dating. They're always searching for the next hit. They like to hit it and quit it, as it were. So they like sex and then they like to go. I see you guys walking away from somebody who was doing that with you. Two of Wands, planning the next stage with the Two of Wands energy showing it. So I see you walking away from somebody who was not committed, and you're planning the next stage with the Two of Wands. And also some of you guys have the courage with the Two of Wands to walk away from somebody who was not committed. Cards that show people who aren't committed in love can be cards like the Fool and the Six of Wands energy showing up here. Cards like that, and Seven of Wands can show that as well. Ten of Wands, I am seeing some struggles going on here, but some of you guys might be planning probably to date as many people as possible, because the Ten of Wands can be to date as many people as possible as well. It means that kind of like when you're, it's like the Seven of Wands, when you're completely overwhelmed by loads of people. But some of you guys, it might be that you're feeling a great deal of pressure. So even though you're plucking up the courage to leave behind somebody who's not committed, I'm seeing you guys feeling probably quite pressured with that Ten of Wands energy here. Ten of Cups, Pentacles energy. I feel that you're pressured by the ending of the cycle, because the Ten of Coins is all about the fulfillment of a situation. Tens represent fulfilling a situation, and you've got two tens here. So feeling very pressured by the massive changes that are occurring here as well. Also, this is pressure within the family as well, because you've got a lot of burdens, and this is within a long-term relationship. So some of you guys are probably, with the Two of Wands, planning as well. This could be planning. Two of Wands is planning. You might be mustering up the courage, but also planning to walk away from a narcissist. And I feel that with that Ten of Coins, because Ten of Coins usually is the card of the long-term relationship, you know. That's what it usually is. Usually means that you've been in a relationship for a long time with someone. But I feel that some of you guys might be, if you've been in a long-term relationship, you might be planning to walk away from a partner who's been a narcissist. That Six of Wands. So, and it is known. It's known that for a lot of people that they've, and you hear it all the time, you've been with a partner for 10 years and you never knew that they were a narcissist, or they had certain things about them, but they've really started to show who they are. So I get the impression some of you guys are walking away from a narcissist, or you might be finding out that a long-term partner's been checking out other people, and you've decided with that Two of Wands energy showing here, you've plucked up the courage and you're making plans to walk away from a narcissist or somebody who was messing you about. Lots of pressure within a long-term relationship. So if I were to read it like this, some of you guys this week have been, you know, it's just getting too much with that Ten of Wands. Too much pressure now. It's everything's right at its hilt within a long-term relationship. So you're making plans probably to walk away from this uncommitted partner, narcissist, whatever you want to call them. All right, ending of a cycle here as well. Ten of Wands, Ten of Coins. So I'm seeing endings within a relationship and making plans to walk away from someone who's really not very good for you at all. Let's have a look at work and money. The Hermit. So the Hermit means when it comes to work, you might be moving away, withdrawing from a job. If it comes to money with the Hermit, you're reviewing what you're doing with money and you're being more careful. So you're not buying so much luxury stuff, that type of thing with the Hermit energy showing there. Nine of Swords though, there's pressure and there's worries. So you guys might be really worried about withdrawing from a job, and it might be from a long-term job or a job that you've been in for a long time. Libra. Okay, also for some of you guys, it might be that you're having to review your financial situation with the Hermit energy. Maybe this is causing some worries here with the Nine of Swords energy. Yeah, Four of Coins, having to be careful. I think that some of you guys have reviewed your finances probably with the Hermit energy, and you're really worried with that Nine of Swords. Some of you guys feeling anxious because you've been reviewing your finances, and two cards that indicate needing to be more careful with your finances and not spending frivolously are the Hermit and the Four of Coins. So definitely there's an onus this week for being more careful and being more cautious with your finances. Some of you guys are feeling a little bit pissed off about that because you probably like to spend. Also, some of you guys, this could also be work as well, definitely. Because in the first three key cards, I'm seeing finances. So I feel some of you guys needing to be very cautious with that Hermit and the Four of Coins around your finances. I feel that it's pissing you off a bit with that Nine of Swords. Because you're like, it's the summertime, I want to go out, I want to spend. But it might not be. It might be that you just have to kind of, you know, draw your belt in a little bit there. Libra, but definitely in terms of work, some of you guys wanting to withdraw from your job, but you're worried. Nine of Swords energy. It might be that you're in a little bit of a dilemma with that Nine of Swords. Should I stay? Four of Coins means to stay in your job, but it's just staying in your job because of the money and the fact that it pays the bills, or should I go with the Eight of Wands and spread my wings? So you might be in a bit of a dilemma as well, whether to withdraw for a job. Should I stay because it's paying the bills, or should I go and take a risk with the Eight of Wands energy showing up there? Star showing up here. I definitely feel that some of you guys are looking possibly at your destiny, possibly at your life purpose. I feel that you guys have a goal here with this star energy when it comes to work as well. Okay, and I feel that you've definitely got this kind of spiritual purpose going on with work, because you've got that Eight of Wands energy showing up here. And spiritual advancement is all about the Eight of Wands energy, and the star is all about a purpose. So there's a spiritual purpose here you guys have in terms of work, and that might be why you guys are worried about Hermit withdrawing from your job, because there's two things really. I think that in terms of withdrawing from work, Hermit energy showing here, it's worrying you with the Nine of Swords. You're in a bit of a dilemma because you're saying, well, the job pays the bills with the Four of Coins energy, but I really want to advance now. I feel that it's time with this Eight of Wands. It's almost like Spirit is calling me with the Eight of Wands energy to fulfill my purpose with the star. So some of you guys are feeling that you really need to go out there and fulfill your purpose, your spiritual purpose, your life purpose, but you're like, but the job pays the bills. In terms of finances, definitely being more careful with that Hermit and the Four of Coins. It is worrying you because I feel that with the Eight of Wands energy, some of you guys are really excited. It could be about something that you really want as well, because the star also represents something that is out of reach. With the Eight of Wands energy, it might be that you want to reach for something that is out of reach. You want to get something. You're really excited to get something. So it might be, oh, the latest, I don't know, the latest pair of shoes or the latest pair of trainers have come on board, you know, have come on the market, and I really want them, but I'm really pissing me off with this Nine of Swords energy that I'm having to be really careful. So this is a week for being careful with money, even though it might piss you off a little bit. In terms of work, I do feel some of you guys wanting to withdraw, but you're caught between a rock and a hard space because there's a dilemma. Do I stay in the job, it pays the bills, or do I go for my dreams? Because I feel that now Spirit is calling me with that Eight of Wands to go and fulfill my destiny and my purpose. Let's have a quick look at what the advice cards are. Give me a sentence for Libra for the week, please. What is the advice that you have for, you know, in a sentence for Libra for the week? Show me. There's an opportunity here for you to reconsider. So you need to reconsider an opportunity. I'll put it round so it makes sense. Libra, it's telling you to reconsider an opportunity. Okay. Okay, so I always look at the cards first because I want to see what makes sense. So it says, firstly, you need to reconsider an opportunity. And it's saying don't stop, because don't stop. It is up to you, but within the next few weeks, there's going to be some helpful people around. Okay, let's put these up. Let's read them again. So Libra, the advice from the angels for you on this reading is reconsider your opportunity. Reconsider an opportunity. Don't stop. It is up to you, but within the next few weeks, there could be some very helpful people around. Okay. Be assertive and you will gain abundance. Okay, that is your reading, guys. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link below. It's in the comment section, or you can click on the link at the end of the video. It should be showing up somewhere around here now. Okay, that's it. Love you loads, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.